You're absolutely joking. That is a joke. Oh my God. Someone asked me the other day if I could roll back the years and teach my junior self a few things, what would those advice points be that I would give junior Matt Fryer Golf? Well, I thought of 5 things that I would do if I was starting the game again, either as a beginner or more of a junior golfer, and I wanted to make my golf career better. What would those 5 points be? Let's get stuck in and find out what I think. If you just adopt these things, they're going to make you a better golfer anyway. So the first thing that I thought about would be, actually, well, what am I here to do when I'm out on the golf course? I'm here to play golf. One of the things that I did as a junior and even into my start of my professional career, as I would get out on the golf course like so, instead of thinking so much about what lay in front of me, where was the hazard, where were the trouble, I'd be so focused on what my golf swing was like. So I would get the yardage obviously from my shot, but I would stand over now and think, right, well, today I've been working on trying to get the takeaway a bit more into this position. Feel like I get a little bit more of a golf swing, a bigger turn on the way down. I'm now feeling that lead hip drive and turn a little bit more. And I used to get bogged down with this perfect golf swing all the time. I'd hit hundreds of golf balls at the range and then would not really put it to practice out on the golf course because I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust my ability. I would still be trying to actually play golf swing out on the golf course instead of playing golf. So my first bit of advice to myself would be, yes, by all means, go and practice. But when you get out into the environment that we're playing in, play the game. Golf is a game, and play that game. So for me now, if I was hitting this shot, I would think about where I want to start the ball, where I want it to finish, and how I want the flight of the golf ball to look to then lay me up into a position to hit a next shot. So don't get too bogged down in the perfect golf swing. There is no such thing as the perfect golf swing. When you get out on the golf course, oh, little bit left, but you know what? That's a good example there. I've not hit my best shot. Now I'll be racking my brains as to why have I not done that? Where was the golf club there and then? I've just got to go and find that golf ball and I've got to go and play that shot again, play from where it's ended up, because that's the game. I don't get another go at this now. So don't play golf swing, start playing golf when you're out there. Focus on the golf course. Let's go and have a look at the next thing. So the second bit of advice I would give to myself would be all to do with this number down here, this 100-yard sign. If you get out on the golf course, we're not all Bryson DeChambeau. We're not going to be smashing it 300 yards. We've not got the ability to hit a 7-iron like 200 yards and, you know, be the perfect ball striker every time. But from 100 yards and in, we've all generally got the ability to reach the green. So if we could be killers in this 100-yard proximity, then the game's going to become easier. You could get a little bit more distance off the tee and be okay, but if you could guarantee that maybe 4, 5, 6 times from 100 yards and in, you're giving yourself a chance with inside 15 foot or maybe 20 foot, that's going to be better than those ones where you're actually missing the greens here. For myself, when I play at Warrington, this is an area I still need to work on. I do get this distance quite a lot. A lot of the par 4s, if I get my driver out, I'll be inside there. And you know what? The amount of birdies that I make from the chances that I have is too low still. So for me, as I'm going through it now, I would work harder from 100 yards and in, all the way up to 10 yards short of the green, and get a shot for every single yardage, whether it was 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, and so on. I would have something that I can stand there and say, right, I know this number, and as I make a golf swing, I'm going to give myself a chance to knock this golf ball close so I can actually have a go at making the putt. That's not too bad, about 25 feet away, so I still need to get a little bit sharper there, and that's one area that I'm going to be working on. Let's go and have a look at another thing I would tell young Matt Fryer. The next thing that I would tell junior Matt Fryer, if not to be good, I would want to be great from 6 foot and in, because this is an area a bit like that 100 yards and in. We don't need the physical capabilities. We don't need, to be in the tip-top condition and be a prime athlete bombing it 300 yards. From 6 foot, we've all got the ability to get it up to the hole. And if you could just hole more and more of these, and this is probably one area where I did spend quite a lot of time when I would practice, but if I just spent a little bit more time, maybe hole a few more putts, who knows what could have been. And especially for the amateur golfers there, I even played with a friend yesterday, and his front nine to his back nine were totally different because he started holing a few more putts. So if you get a chance to get on your putting green and just even get 5 minutes, 10 minutes a week, and you just work on 6-footers, getting used to your technique, being comfortable in your technique, when you get out onto the golf course and you're faced with something like this, A, because I've practiced them, I'm not as nervous of the situation, but B, if I can start to hole a few more, ooh, not like that one, then we would start to see that my scores would come tumbling down, and that's a prime example. I've just lost a shot from something that if I do put a little bit more work in, I'm hopefully going to start to knock those scores down. Let's go and take a look at another element that I tell myself to improve on. So the next thing I would have told myself was all about my practice. I spent a lot of time practicing, but I think a lot of it was wasted because I'd always give myself the perfect lie when I was around the greens chipping. I would always go and practice on a range mat where it was perfect turf, completely flat. And when we're out on the golf course, we don't get that. As you can see, there's a knoll here, this green's sloped, there's rough out there. What I would do is when I'm on the practice green and the putting green and the chipping green, or even on the practice ground, I would vary what I was doing there. I would maybe play more games that require me to practice under pressure instead of practice imperfection. I wouldn't stand in the same spot hitting the same 6-foot putt. I'd maybe do that to get a little bit of technique in, but then I would start to play some games that involve me holding a few different putts, challenging myself on different breaks. When I was chipping, I should throw the ball down into the rough and see what I can do from that line instead of putting it on the perfect little tee. If I just spent half the time that I did practicing under actually more strenuous conditions and actually practice with a purpose instead of just practicing this perfect, I think I would have got more out of my practice and would have seen it actually transfer from the driving range or the chipping area out onto the golf course. Let's go and take a look at the final thing I'd tell myself. Oh, you're absolutely joking. That is a joke. Oh my God. And that is the big thing that I would tell myself to change. Temperament. The amount of rounds of golf that I ruined all because my head wasn't switched on when I was playing younger, I can't tell you how many it is. And I think to myself, I've come quite a long way now to actually not react to bad shots. At the end of the day, it is only a game. We're out here to have fun. Yes, I'm a professional golfer, and my aim now is to help as many golfers get better at the game and enjoy the game, as opposed to when I wanted to play and be a playing pro on tour. But that's what held me back. I was always getting angry, frustrated, reacting, even if I walked up and if I grabbed another ball, if I'd hit a good drive and I found it in something like this. If you just come close here and we found a good drive in the fairway and it ended up in a divot like this, there'd be, oh my God, why is it always me? I'm always in the divot. Oh, the world's against me. It's not. Golf is golf. It's like life. You get thrown ups and downs and you've just got to deal with them. If we played that shot back now that I've just actually hit and I missed the green to the right, I've short-sided myself. So if I just finished the shot and then if I said to myself, do you know what? It wasn't quite the shot I wanted to hit there. I know what I did, my face was a little bit open. Right, let's go and find the next one. Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can actually pull myself out of a bad situation from that swing I've just made. I can still make a 3 though. I could chip it in, who knows? I'm a good chipper. If I chip that ball in, there we go, I've rectified the mistake. So my biggest one would be temperament. It's a game at the end of the day. Enjoy being out here with your friends. Enjoy being a member of a great club if you are one. Enjoy just being out playing golf. It's a great game and we're all very lucky to play it. So those are 5 things that I would tell young Mac Fryer. See if those can help you, whether it's working on your short game, not having the perfect golf swing, but just playing golf, whatever it may be. I hope they're going to help you guys. Stay subscribed, plenty more to come. I'll see you in the next lesson. I'm gonna go and dry my bag off after kicking it now.